Hey YouTube, welcome to another video. In this episode, we'll continue to build on the baseline network design that we have rolled out in the previous episodes. So in this episode, I will cover what I call the isolated VLAN. This design, as you may notice, is based on the baseline design that we have covered in the last two episodes. If you're new to networking, if you're new to Omada, if you're new to Wi-Fi, SSID, access control list, I highly recommend watching the previous videos so that you will know more about this design and the ACL implementation. To be able to follow through or understand what the purpose of these tables are and everything about this network architecture. Okay, so in this particular episode, I will cover the isolated VLAN here. What it means is that while it will have internet access, it will not see its neighbors and peers. So that's the use case for this one. You want to make sure that all your wired devices are secured from all other devices connected to the same VLAN. Okay. And the limitation of the guest checkbox, let me just go through here. That works here. The limitation of this capability is that while it's in the guest VLAN, VLAN 20, it only works, this guest network functionality, it only applies to wireless devices, meaning if you connect to any of the ports configured as guest access port or guest VLAN, it's a native VLAN, then all devices connected to that port will see each other. Let's demonstrate it here. Let's configure it here, and this one here as guest, apply, and I'll configure this as guest as well. Yes, wow. Okay, and that's basically this one. I'll make sure it gets the correct IP and that the system is fully refreshed because I don't know how long the machine has been device now. So, okay, anyway, so in this design, as usual, this PC, this recording PC is my admin PC and it's 104. You can see here, 104. And I'm going to connect it to this port, which is guest VLAN, and I'll connect it right now. Google.com. So here, this is disconnected, and I'll connect here. Voila. Okay, let me move this around so that you can see the internet icon here as well. And you can see it's connected here, and I'm in the guest VLAN and I have full access to the Omada controller, which is not good, right? If you're in the guest VLAN, you shouldn't have access to the network. So what's a Pi machine? I have 20.100. I can definitely reach that one as well. 192.168.20.100. Okay, what's my IP again? In the guest VLAN, my IP is 20.101. Okay, so this is why it's no good to use the wired guest VLAN by itself. So in order for this to demonstrate properly, I'm going to create a new VLAN. One, 59. Let's do it 40. Call it isolated. Let's check this path, make sure I don't miss anything. 40. 192. I'll say 40.1/4. Just like any other VLAN. I'll put, so it starts at 100 in here. I'll put save. And voila. And devices, trigger this, ports, let's configure this as isolated VLAN, and let's configure this as an isolated VLAN as well. Okay, just another reboot, and let me disable and enable my NIC. So There we go. Looks like I am able to connect to them. 40.101. So that means that my pi is 40.100. So ping that one. So I will leave the google.com ping in there. Actually, this one is the only that is effective, but this one I checked before and it was okay. Let's do that here. Let's clean. Okay, so now we need to have this isolated this VLAN. So how do we do that? Of course, with an ACL. Okay, so okay, let's continue with this particular requirement of isolating the VLAN. Okay, as you can see here from the VNC that I have, I can ping the internet, I can go reach the neighbor. The same thing for my device that I'm currently connected in the admin PC. Okay, the admin PC is now connected to the isolated VLAN in here, but it's no ACL yet. So I'll give you some time before I show the solution to think about it for yourself. How would you approach that? Okay, are you going to use the gateway ACL, the switch ACL, or the EAP ACL deal? So ask yourself which one would be most useful for this particular situation. Okay, I'll go with the solution. Okay, so I'll choose switch ACL. Okay, so we will. So this is the secret sauce. Deny, isolated to all, and self. So you're denying the isolated VLAN, all the hosts, to all and to itself. So I'll make comparison with the other ACLs that I have here, but let me just continue with this one. So here, network, I'm selecting all of them, isolated and isolate. But before I do that, let me just disable this so that it doesn't completely disconnect me, because once I enable this, it will completely disconnect me because I'm currently in the isolated VLAN. Okay, so we need to go to the isolated as well, make sure that it's updated. You know what, let me just check the gateway ACL first as well and see if we need to change anything here. I think this is the only one I need to change. Yes, this is the only one I need to change. So the reason why I did this is so that it's still, this network, despite having a new VLAN, still conforms to this table. Okay. Okay, so in here, the IoT is the only one that's not selected. So that's the reason why I deny IoT to all, but not to itself. It's, you know, I'm running out of good description title here, but in here, you can see that I deny the isolated to itself as well. Okay, like I said, once I enable this, it will completely cut me off. Okay, so let's, before I completely cut off myself, let me do that. Let me do that here. So, okay, and turn it on. And as you can see, once it gets succeeded, it can't even refresh the gateway anymore, the Omada controller anymore. So let's try to do that here. Access 192.168.0.100, and I also don't have access to YouTube. Also don't have access to ARS Technica. Definitely, I will lose access here as well. Okay, there you go. it still shows on my Windows that I have internet access, but I actually don't have any more internet access. The reason why I can show you that one is because you can see here, google.com is now timing out, and I cannot ping the Raspberry Pi anymore. And if we're looking at the main screen here, you want to see the difference as well in here? So it's like this one, unreachable. The last couple of lines there shows it's reachable, but now it's not reachable anymore. This one has a different error message. Okay, so go back to solution. Like I said, I don't have access to this console anymore because I'm currently in the isolated VLAN. Not only do I lose access to the internet, I lose access to the console as well. Go here to the side. More in order for me to gain access, so I need to have this. Show my device screen here. Okay, so in here, I'm currently disconnected here. So you can see the error message here. This one is disconnected now. Okay. Okay. And I will connect it here. So this one is google.com. You can see it connects. It will still not see the neighbor because I still have everything blocked in there, but I should be able to reload the console now. And you can see here as well that I have internet access here. Okay. Network security. Let's go back here. Okie dokes. Okay, again, the next step is to give the isolated network access to the internet. So how do we do that? Again, I'm giving you a few moments to think for yourself and see if you can solve it on your own. You ask yourself whether it's the EAP ACL or the gateway ACL. The EAP ACL is out of the question because this is a wired connection. This one is mostly for wireless, so that's out of the question. Is it the gateway ACL because we're talking about internet, okay? Or is it the switch ACL? Okay, so I'll share the solution now. I will not be able to do the gateway ACL for the time being to give it access because I deny it on the switch level. So the data goes to the switch first before it reaches the gateway. So therefore, if I'm going to give it access to the internet, I need to let the switch unblock the traffic first before going to the gateway ACL. Okay, so that's the reason why I'm choosing the switch ACL here. Okay, so let's look at this again here. Still got access to google.com, but I cannot access, like I said, the VNC is now useless. I will not be able to access this because it's isolated, and that's supposed to happen. This is the expected behavior. Okay, so I'm leaving it in here just to make sure that I should not be able to get to the VNC. But I do have the ping here as well. That's another way of testing. Okay, so to allow the internet, we say permit net to isolated. Permit isolated to net. However, so it's permit. Select all. And then we go isolated. Now, you still have time to make your own solution. Okay, so one more tip before I show the full solution is that if you're new to ACLs or to SDNs or to Omada, the bidirectional will save you a lot of time and headaches troubleshooting. So select bidirectional so that it helps if you're not sure which one is the right source and which one is the right destination. If you select the bidirectional, it just creates another rule on top of another rule. And I'll show you what. So let's create isolated. Now I'm using /32 because I don't want to give the hosts in the 40 VLAN, in the isolated VLAN, access to all the other devices. So the only device that will be open for them is like poking a hole is the gateway, okay, and that will give them the internet access that they need. Let's create this one, isolated gateway, and okay, so if you look here on the screen here, it's not going to show you anything different, okay? It's still not going to access the internet, okay? And the main reason for that is because of the ACL is still needs to be reordered, okay? Deny is to very first here, okay? And I'll show you the result. Yeah, okay. This is my wired machine here. I'm going to connect it to the isolated VLAN here. Okay. Again, I lost access. Okay. Looking at ping, and I'm in the isolated VLAN now, and as can be shown in my IP here, I'm in 40.101. Okay. Still cannot access the pi. Cannot access it here. Cannot access the VLAN. Okay. So let me go back here. Okay. Connecting it here. And this time around, I'll reorder it. Usually click here, ACL and switch ACL, just to refresh the screen, make sure I didn't make any mistake. Okay, so these are still good. These are the last three new ones that I have created. Let's check. You'll probably notice something in here, that google.com, or maybe here. Is that it? Yep, it's applying here, but this one, the neighbor, is still not good. Okay, and let me show that on my screen here as well. In here, okay, so this is the google.com. Okay, I'm still at the admin VLAN here. Now, okay, connect this one here. Voila, you get access to the internet here. Okay. Okay. But I still cannot reach my peers. Same thing here, I still cannot reach my peer. And you can see here the IP is this one, 40.101. Okay. And there you go. So I hope this is helpful for you guys. I hope this one gives you more, makes this network more useful for your own use case, gives you more variety, more type of controls or granular controls and everything for your network. Okay. If it helps you, or if you learn something new here, I would really appreciate if you will like and subscribe to this video. I spent a lot of time testing, recording the setup for you guys, so, and I'm not sure, I think there's nothing like this in any videos about Omada VLANs or this particular design in general on the internet or in the YouTube right now. Maybe something there in the internet, I don't really know, but I haven't seen something similar like this in YouTube. But I really think that this is something that you can use in many use cases, different use cases. Especially if you watch the previous episodes, I have covered so many use cases there for the camera VLAN, for the IoT VLAN, for the home VLAN, the admin VLAN, and now this isolated VLAN. Okay, so if you like this video, please give it a like. If you don't like it, please give it a dislike, and do let me know if you dislike it. Let me know why you dislike it. I'm starting to do more and more voiceovers just because I've gotten many comments about it will be much helpful if there's some voiceovers. But again, like I said, my voiceovers, if I have those videos, it tends to get longer. So okay, so let me just do one more testing here. Just want to see. So I'm currently in the admin VLAN, and I'll show you that I don't have access to, while I have access to the internet. Okay. Oh, man. While I have access to the internet, still don't have access to the Omada controller, meaning I still don't have access to the management VLAN and other VLANs, of course. Okay. And of course, this one shows I'm still isolated. As you can see, this particular ping in the neighbor here. Still don't have access to that one. But let me just go back here. Now I'm in the admin VLAN. Let me start pinging google.com. Okay. As you can see here on the clients, the Pi machine is in 40.100. 40.100 is not applying. 40.100 is not applying. So we cannot reach our neighbor, but this one can definitely, reach the internet. Let's see that one. Let's see. Okay. It's a little bit slow, but you can see it's coming. Okay, and there you go. Hopefully this one is very helpful for you guys. Again, if you like it, please give it a like and subscribe. It's free. There's no cost for subscribing to my channel. Thank you all, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.